I am on my way to an interview for a first shift position. I've had 2 already and they went stellar. So it's about 30 minutes away, so I think I got time to squeeze in this whole story, so I'm gonna try to speed it up. But this happened 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, it happened after I was coming from work, meaning it was midnight hours. It just hit 12 o'clock and I was on my way home. Hit the pedal to the metal. I was just driving. And when I say, y'all, that this man, tall man, looked like he was in a lot of pain, just practically almost jumped out in front of my vehicle on purpose. And I hit the brakes so hard, like I was pretty sure I hit him. You know, when something flashed before your eyes and you just freak out and you're like, you come to a stop and you're just looking. I thought I hit the dude, but he was actually holding on to my car right at the corner front part of my car. Then he made his way to my window with his hands on my window, like this man was begging me for help. And I could see he was crying and all this stuff. Now, I'm gonna stop right there and say a couple of things went through my head, because I was really, if you know me, you know that I got a side that is super caring, and it's the side that people call the dumb side of me, right? I don't think things through as best as I should, and I just want to do what's best for someone and not think about what I need or think about what's smart to do, and I just want to be helpful or kind, and usually it always bites me in the butt. On the other side, my senses is going off like, is this a setup? Maybe he's trying to get in my car and steal my car and trying to harm me. Maybe, you know, there were a few quick of the moment thoughts that, to where I was just like, okay, let's just drive off. But something would not let me drive off. I didn't want to leave him like that. I didn't see no blood on him or nothing, but all the energy I was feeling was just not good. And as much as I've went through by now, you think I know to not ignore that energy. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward and say right now, nothing bad happened to me. Nothing bad happened. It was actually a prophetic moment. This was a night where God sent me, he brought me to a messenger. He brought me to a prophet, okay? And that prophet had a message for me. You would think the prophet has a message for him, because he was clearly in need this night, but it didn't go that way. So long story short, I creaked my window down just a little bit. All right, and I'm like, sir, are you all right? Is everything okay? I can tell he's a young guy. He probably was like 35, 34, I don't know. And he was just, I could tell he was gay. He was bisexual, probably one of the down low type of brothers, because he was giving me mixed energy. It was just a lot going on with him. He was crying, and I'm talking crying. Long story short, he gave me this quick sob story of how he got super drunk in the night with his sister, and how his family don't love him, don't care about him. He tried to make amends with his sister, and she told him to get drunk and lit with him. We can make up, brother. And apparently, long story short, they got into a very big fight while in the car, and she kicked him out while he was sloppy drunk in the middle of nowhere. Kicked him out. He on the street, walking, can barely walk. I mean, this man can barely walk. Not to mention, he said he had got into an accident 2 weeks prior. So all of this, he said, was crushed. So he walking drunk, can barely walk, and he in a lot of pain from a car accident 2 weeks prior. Now, again, my senses is still going off, and I'm in my head thinking like, maybe what all that pain is because you just got in a car accident and you probably killed somebody, and your ass then left the scene because you don't want to get in no trouble, and now you're looking for somebody to pick you up on the road. I'll be overthinking, you know, but you never know. You never know. So, man, I'm again being silly class, the caring kind class that can be the dumb class, and I decide to look, man, after sitting there a whole 3 to 5 minutes trying to get him to understand, like, I mean, I got babies at home I need to be headed to. That's another reason I should have just went straight home. I need to be thinking about my kids, right? But I'm like, all right, it ain't gonna hurt to help this man when he then tells me that his friend is right down the road. He said, he's just right down the road. Can you please, I just need to go somewhere, man. I can't stay out here. That's how he said it. So I said, okay. God, you tested me now, ain't you? I let him in the car. He said, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. And he's still crying, telling me his story as he's directing me to his friend's house. And I'm just like, it's going to be okay. Red flag number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pop up when I get to the house. And of course, this man don't want to get out. He don't want to get out the car. Instead, what he chooses to do is say, he gonna be so mad at me. I really don't want to be bothered. I really don't want to bother him. He gonna be so mad at me. And I'm like, he is gay. This is probably an ex-lover of his, the way he talking. Because all this crying, you can clearly see the feminine in him. Like, it was there. It was there. And I just told him, I said, look, you can't come home with me. I'm sorry. I got my babies there. You can't come home with me. That's just not smart. And you damn sure can't stay in my car. We got to figure something out for you. And you acting like you don't want to be left on the road. You acting like now you don't want to knock at the door. Another reason I should have just drove the hell on and not help. I said, look, money's not a problem. I got you. I'm just going to get you a hotel room. Home 2 Suites is right around the way. Fast forward, I done spent $190-something on this damn hotel room for a stranger. But I really felt like had I left this man out here on the street, he was going to be probably dead the next day. Because he was just out of it, okay? He was out of it. And I could tell he probably, even on a sober day, he probably not all the way right up there. Another reason I should have kept driving. So, he like, you really do that for me? You really do that? I mean, the crying just stopped. Everything just kind of ceased a little bit. I'm like, yeah, you trying to see what all you can get out of me. I don't think you're going to get homeboys this hotel room, and you shouldn't even get that much. But long story short, I then drive and make my way to Home 2 Suites, and he's still crying, sobbing, telling me more about his story. Here's where the messenger and the prophet comes into the picture, okay? Now, when I pull up to the hotel room, he has trouble getting out the car. I try to help him out the car, and I tell him to sit down. Right there at the very front lobby, they have some seats there. And as I'm...
In 2 miles, take exit 9A onto US 76 and US 378 East towards Sumter.
Hold on, y'all. As I pull up, because I'm about to make a turn soon, I don't want to miss it. The desk attendant is looking at me. He got this fatherly figure in his eyes, and I can tell he's like in his 30s too. I can tell he's also kind of flamboyant, but something about his energy was just, it was protective. It was very, what the hell are you doing, and who the hell is he type of look. You would have thought he knew me already. He was just looking at me like, what's going on? And I was looking at him like, you know what I'm saying? So we had that understanding, but I told the guy to sit down, then I made my way to the desk. And I said, sir, I'm just trying to get a room for this gentleman here. He's in a lot of pain, what it looks like. He's sloppy drunk, and he don't got nowhere to go. And he stopped me while I was talking. I was about to say he stopped me at the car because I almost hit him, but he stopped me while I was talking. And he goes, where did you find him? Like, he really want to know, where is he from? I said, sir, he was just on the road. And he looked at me. He said, you don't know him? I said, no, I don't know. I almost hit this man with my car. Like, I'm still in shock from that. I almost hit it. Like, I never...
Use the right lane to take exit 9A onto US 76 and US 378 East towards Sumter.
That's where Daddy at. I never came so close to hitting somebody in my car like that. That was scary. That was scary for me. But I'm sure it was more scary for him. And I explained that to him. And then he said, under his breath,
take the exit.
Remind me to have a very personal one-on-one talk with you when we're done with him. I already knew that this meant this is a stranger who was about to get on my ass for doing something so stupid, right? A stranger. Because class always want to be super saver nigga, super saver hoe. So, I'm like, all right, I know. I mean, I see it in your face. All right. And mind you, while we talking like this, me and the desk attendant, and he's whispering and stuff, and he told me the first thing he said, what you should have done was call the cops. I know, yes. But one, that means I would have to sit there and wait for the cops to get there. He stopped me again. He said, that don't really necessarily mean you got to sit there and wait, but you should have called the cops. type of person I am, I wasn't gonna leave him. I was gonna wait till the cops get there, and I ain't got that kind of time. I just want to get you where you said you needed to go, and that was gonna be that, and I'd be on my way home to my babies. That was a problem.
Stay in the left 3 lanes.
Okay, I'm gonna
In
drive
about
you.
3.5 miles, take a slight right turn onto Old Hopkins Road.
That's a problem. Like it became, I was gonna drive you to your friend's house, but you didn't want to stay at your friend's house. Man made the whole situation take longer than what it had to take. So obviously, I should have just called the cops. That is the smartest thing to have done, but I did not. So, yeah, the guy was giving me all them looks, and the whole time while we're talking about all of this, the guy is over there, no painful moaning sounds, no more tantrums and drunk slurs. He is quiet as a mouse. Now he is fully alert. So he done switched up a little bit, because now you eavesdropping and you curious about what me and this man talking about. I noticed that energy. He was watching. He was watching us. That real slick energy. So I'm like, okay, he on alert. Let's just go ahead and get this room going. So I'm by the room. The man starts talking to him. Excuse me, gentlemen. The desk attendant starts talking to the drunk guy. Drunk guy getting irritated. Drunk guy getting mad. It's sir to you. It's sir. Now I'm thinking he's got this energy going because he could hear the guy whispering about him to me. Which, he was just being protective and doing his job, because you can't let just anybody into your hotel off the street. You got to understand the backstory. Like I said, this man could have a record. Cops could be looking for him. I don't know. I just brought him to the hotel. So I get what the man was doing. And I should have thought about all that even harder before letting him in my car. But again, that's neither here nor there now. So now I can hear the gay. Lord, I don't got nothing against gay people, I swear. I used to be a proud bisexual myself. I can hear the gay coming out of both of them, because now they both getting snappy, baby. Now they both if you're gonna be respectful to me when I'm conducting business with you, and the other one getting mad talking about no, I feel disrespected. At some point, all the anger became laughter, because he realized he was just drunk, as I told him, and the man was just acting out, and he just need help. And again, we don't think he all the way clear up there. So he started ignoring him, and we walked him up, or took the elevator to the 3rd floor, put him in his room. This nigga talking about stay with me. I'm not fucking staying with you. I done told your ass 100 times I gotta get home to my babies. Now, I said, you need to sleep it off, sir. Okay, I really hope you feel better, and I hope things are better in the morning. All right? It's gonna be okay, baby. God got you. And then the door closes, and we walk back to the elevator, and then I just look at the desk attendant, because I know he got a word for me, baby. Indeed, he goes on further to say, now what's going on with you? What the hell wrong with you? I said, I know. Same way I'm telling y'all everything. I broke it down to him the same way I said, look, I practically hit this man with my car. You should have saw how he was at my car. Like, it was hard to walk away. I didn't want to leave him like that. And she said, look, again, you should have called the cops. And then too, as we made it downstairs, we sat at the desk, and he was like, no, don't act like you in a rush now. Don't rush to get home. You took time to do this. You can take time to listen to me. And I was like, yes, sir, you're right. Because I could tell at this point, for him to not even know me, he genuinely cared. He said the same thing many people have told me, and that a lesson I'm still learning to this very day. Baby girl, you got a glow about you that made me feel good. Thank you, sir. But he said you got a glow about you that attracts the wrong kind of people. Not just good people, but it attracts the wrong kind of people too. He said you got to have better discernment. Okay, I know, I get it. You're right, and I'm listening to him. I said it. I mean, as you see, nothing bad happened to me. It could have, yes, we get it. But give me some credit with my discernment, y'all, because it's not always bad things when I try to have a good mind of doing something, okay? As you see, I genuinely helped someone tonight. He then goes forward to ask, I genuinely helped someone tonight.
Stay in the middle 2 lanes.
And nothing bad came of it. Thank God. Because it could have. I get that. But then he goes forward to ask. He says something else that kind of punched me in the gut a little bit. He said, do you have a boyfriend? I said, yeah, we just started dating. It's been about a month and some change. And he's like, How do you think he would have felt about this? I think he'd probably be pretty bothered that you did this. He said, were you on the phone with anybody when you picked up this random stranger in midnight hours, drunk and all kinds of crazy? Could have did anything to you? I said, no. He said, that's another thing. Don't nobody even know your location? Damn. Now I'm quiet. Now he got me. I said, damn, you're right. There's no excuse. And then I'm also in the back of my head thinking about, ooh, when I tell my baby, my boyfriend, I know he's gonna be pissed off. And he was. He wasn't mad. He said he wasn't mad at me. He's mad at the situation, but I feel like he was mad at me. He was just a little like, he told me, he said, just put yourself in my shoes, because I would have been hurt. I would have never heard from you again. And I would have thought you were mad at me, and whole time, probably later on down the line, I would have found out that something happened to you. Yo, I would have been crushed. And that hurts me, because I didn't think about it like that. Just trying to help somebody, but I'm not thinking about my safety, and I'm not thinking about, I got more important things to worry about. Just trying to help somebody, man. Gotta start thinking smarter. But when God, I feel like if God knows that it's at a good cost, he's not gonna penalize me for it, and he's gonna protect me. I can hear so many other people like, God, fuck that. You need to be smarter. Okay, all right. You're right. Long story short, this man then switches the settings away from this guy, and he focuses clearly on me, y'all. And he just, the stuff this man said, I could tell now why this happened tonight. God brought me to a prophet, and this man said, look, I'm a prophet knows a prophet. Amen.
In 1 mile, take a slight right turn onto Old Hopkins Road.
Ashe and amen to that. Oh, fuck. I don't want to miss this turn, but yeah, amen to that, man. Because when I get a vibe about somebody, or if I feel genuine positive energy, or I feel like somebody just has this glow on them, this amazing aura, I tell them. I'll let you know. I feel like something is very good in your life. I feel like you, whatever you're doing, keep working at it. But I ain't got the skills like he got it, because he broke it down. When I say this man mentioned every single thing that I am currently doing and got flowing in my life, he said, I see wealth in your life. That made me feel so good. I ain't rich, but damn it, my finances are better than what they were, and I'm trying to keep them growing. And he said not just financially, he says spiritually, mentally, physically. I needed that kind of talk. I needed to be
Use
told.
the right lane to take a slight right turn onto Old Hopkins Road. Then continue onto Old Hopkins Road.
Yes. Okay. I ain't never been here before, y'all, so excuse me. But yeah, he told me.
Continue onto Old Hopkins Road.
For how long? 0.4 miles. Okay, I'm back practically here, so shit. He told me, what I lost my train of thought, damn it. Oh yeah, he said, I see wealth on you. He said, I see new keys. He said, when this man said he see keys, y'all.
Turn left
keys.
onto Air Base Road.
He said, I don't see you renting for long. I see you owning. I see you're an owner of things. I said, hey, Shabadaya. I was about to start preaching, baby. I was like, oh, you talk that new house on me. You do that.
In
Shabadaya.
2.8 miles, turn left onto Lower Richland Boulevard.
Okay, let me stop playing for real. He said, I see you renting to own. I don't see you renting for long, but I see you owning. I said, I'm sure trying to change addresses, especially with me and my babies. Even if I told people, if I don't get an apartment, if I don't get a home, I'll be okay with another apartment. At this point, I'm not picky. I just really want my own space. But baby steps, right? It felt great hearing him acknowledge that for me and confirm that for me. What else did this man say to me that just trembled me? He spoke on my relationship. He said, it scared me, because he said, this relationship you're in, it's not gonna last long. That broke me, man, because I really fucking like this guy. And he said, no, it's not. I'm like, why would you say that? I mean, what, you get a bad aura from me? He said, no, I see marriage. Okay. Shabba dabba da. Then he said, my God, what did he say? Because I walked up out of there, hands to the fucking sky. Forgive me for cussing, Lord, but dang, man, it felt good to hear that. Knowledge. He said, I see knowledge. I sense degrees. I said, now see there, I'm working on my master's of social work. Now you want to say, I said, you showing off now. You showing off now. All right, Pastor, you showing off now. He said, not Pastor, baby, prophet. He said, bottom line, you have a glow about you. Be careful all the doors that you answer. Everyone's going to come knocking. You can't answer all the doors. But God is going to let you know when it's time to open. And I'm like, and I wanted to stop him. I'm like, okay, so this couldn't have been a bad door to open because I met you. You clearly had this prophetic word for me. He was just looking at me like, okay, well, maybe, but he also maybe wanted me to give you this warning because you're so giving, you're so friendly. And what you did tonight, this is the best statement that he made right here. That's the one I didn't want to forget about. He said, what you did tonight, the seed that you just sowed in that young man, God is sowing in you. Because obviously I just tried to pour life into this man. I saw he was broken down in his spirit. He's clearly dealing with addiction. He clearly got family problems. I know what it feels like to be there. I'm just going to keep it real. I know what it feels like to be in all them areas. God, I never thought I'd be there, but I know what it feels like to be there. And I just wanted to help him with something. I wanted to give him a nice home to sleep in for the night. I wanted to give him a nice bed to lay his head. I could see he was in need of that. And, God allowed me to be there for him in that moment. So I decided to use that moment for the good. Nonetheless, and then, buddy, when you wake up in the morning and you got your head back on straight, you clear-headed, hopefully you can get yourself out this situation. We all get second chances, sometimes third, but God ain't gonna be too giving if you keep doing the same dumb stuff over and over and over again. So I tried to do my part when God presented that moment to me. Okay, and here I am. I've been led to this prophet in the midst of it. In the witch hours of the night, this was my message after doing all of that. Then I get home and I tell my mom the story, and the next morning I tell my boyfriend the story, and they pissed. What the fuck? Why would you do that? What would you do? Why would you do that? Why would you do? It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Look, I'm trying to be a good person. My mother, I can already hear her. Clash, you've been good to everybody enough. It's time to be good to yourself. I'm being good to myself. God's got me in a good place. So when I feel the opportunity to be able to give to someone else who is in need, I do that. What's wrong with that? I didn't die. I'm alive. I can hear my boyfriend right now too, because he was like, yo. But okay, all right. I know someone's gonna feel me with this. Okay, I ain't just talking to talk. It is a shame, man, that being a good person in today's world, in any time in this life, then and now, being a good person is so dangerous. And I think that really sucks. That we have to, damn, am I in a line or can I go around? I'm finna go around. Y'all bugging. Let me make sure I'm not in his way. Being a good person can either make or break you out here. This sucks. If you good to the wrong person, sometimes it can be hard to come back from. So I get it, especially when I've been through enough already, and people who love me don't want me, making no more silly decisions type situations. Okay, I get that. But in this instance, this is a clear indication of no one else is going to understand why you did what you did, because my allergies, I'm sorry, y'all. No one else is going to understand why you did what you did, because look what came at the end of it. It's something that everyone will tell you not to do, but you feel it in your heart to do it. And then when you do it, which is a good thing, they consider it a bad thing because bad things could come from it, but it is a good thing to do. And then when you do it, you see why God had you do it. But everybody else still looking at you like you shouldn't have done that. So that's just one of them situations. It's like, it's tricky. I'm not gonna even keep talking on it because it's gonna confuse my head all up. But nonetheless, I'm happy I helped the guy. I hope he can get his life together, and I am so grateful for the message God had for me. That was nice to hear. That was damn nice to hear. Thank you, Lord. I needed that. I needed that. It's good to know that a stranger who don't know you from a can of paint can look at you and see the hand that God has on you. You can't tell me, after all I've dealt with, you can't tell me that I don't know God. And God is going to ensure that I know him. I'll be damn I let his hand go again. I'll be damn. You listen here. Listen here. Let me not get to preaching. I hate preaching to people. I ain't gonna preach to nobody, but everybody got their own story. Okay? And I know mine. You're not gonna tell my story better than me. Itchy way. I knocked out that interview. I had to stop the video for a minute and come back to it. I knocked out that interview. Did good. Hopefully all my stuff can be just transferred from one location to the next, since it's still the Department of Mental Health. I did not tell her that I had already accepted another position. It's either between Department of Disability and Special Needs or staying with Department of Mental Health. Either way, they're both good positions, and I love the work. They both got the same amount of money. One is slightly higher than the other. It's not like a big difference, but God been doing what it do with me, and I'm just, look, man, God been making it happen. God been making it happen because I've been making it happen. He ain't gonna bless no lazy standstill of a person. You gotta bust a move. Yeah. And from me busting my butt in this moment, he's showing me what is to come. That prophet told me what he told me now, and I'm gonna stand by it. I'm gonna stand by that. Get off my butt. Alright, y'all. Let me go and get up off of here because I got to go to work in like an hour and a half. And I need to get back home.